As far as professional community is concerned, the teachers makes the professional community ideal setting for teacher learning and for providing the professional development opportunities which enhance their learning. Learning and teaching depend heavily upon creating, sustaining, and expanding a community of research practice. Members of community are critically dependent on each other. Collaborative learning is not just nice but necessary for survival. Independence promotes an atmosphere of joint responsibility, mutual aspect, respect, and a sense of personal and group identity. So, collaborative learning, cooperative learning, cooperative learning, and all those the formations which are suitable for learning and teaching that creates the professional community among the teachers, and they are supposed to learn from each other, from their experiences, from their knowledge, techniques, skills, activities, even their personality and behavior as well. So everybody is independent to observe. They can observe the things and can opt accordingly, according to their own needs. At your table, group brainstorms several benefits of professional community. Basically, this is an assignment from my side to you, all the students. You should analyze professional community benefits, whatever you think, according to your own understanding, according to your own uh, brainstorming. You have to enlist the benefits of professional community. Moreover, what must change in the current system to encourage the development of professional community? You have been gone through the system of education of Pakistan, especially Punjab, for the last 15 years. Up to now, you have observed many of the teachers, and right now, as a prospective teacher, you are deeply concerned with the teachers of education. I would like to ask you that if you have any reservation or any of the idea or the point how the current system can be changed to develop the professional community, you can upload your comments or your idea on the Google Classroom comment section. For this assignment, I give you 6 marks, 3 for first question, 3 for second question. So these two questions are of no 6 but 10 marks. So this is the assignment for you to answer these, which I am going to highlight over here. You have to answer these two questions on the Google Classroom, and this is a graded assignment for 10 marks, 5 marks each. Benefits of professional community. Encourage teachers to reflect on their own practice, acknowledge that teachers develop at different rates and any given time are more ready to learn some things than others. Acknowledge that teachers have different talents and interests. Give high priority to conversation and dialogue among teachers. Provide for collaborative learning among teachers. Emphasize on caring relationship and track the interdependencies. Call for teachers to respond morally to their work. view teachers as supervisors of learning communication in their own classroom. As in the previous slide, I have assigned you to enlist the benefits of professional community. You have to write 5 benefits other than these benefits stated in this slide. That will be your own brainstorming, and you will be granted 5 marks for that. Research on teacher learning and teacher effectiveness. According to Dennis Sparks and Stephen, National Staff Development Council for effective teacher learning is focused on the helping teachers become deeply impressed in subject matter and teaching methods, curriculum centered and standards based, sustained, rigorous, and cumulative, directly linked to what teachers do in their classroom. We cannot expect teachers to use yesterday's training to prepare today's students for tomorrow's future. It's very meaningful sentence. We cannot expect teachers to use yesterday's training prepare today's students for tomorrow future. Therefore, then what should be here? They should have to use future training to today's students, prepare today's students for tomorrow future. Here are some effective practices, programs conducted in school settings and linked to school-wide efforts. Teachers participating as helpers to each other and as planner with administrators of in-service activities. Emphasis on self-instruction with differentiated training opportunities, teacher in active roles, choosing goals and activities for themselves, and emphasis on the demonstration, supervised trials, and feedback training that is concrete and ongoing over time. Ongoing assistance and support available on request. So these are the practices on the basis of which today's students can be prepared for future students in the best way. The results. Eisenhower Professional Development Program is based on the following feature. Here are some structural features, form, duration और participation क्या होगी, and there are also core features like content focus क्या होगा, active learning कितनी होगी और उनकी coherence कितनी होगी. So on the basis of these two types of features, structural and core features, the professional development program was developed by Eisenhower and the results are shown here. Successful professional development. The salient features of successful professional development are: it must be grounded in an inquiry, reflection, and experimentation that are participant driven. You should note here the participant driven reflection and experiment and inquiry is very necessary because their throughout uh, involvement is the key component towards here. Must be collaborative, involving a sharing of knowledge among educators and a focus on teachers, communities of practice rather than on individual teachers. So ये कहते हैं कम्युनिटी डेवलपमेंट की बात करें थ्रू प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट एक टीचर्स कम्युनिटी ऑफ प्रैक्टिसेस डेवलप हो, ना कि इंडिविजुअल्स डेवलप हो. Must be sustained, ongoing, intensive, and supported by modeling, coaching, and the collective solving of specific problems of practice. So, on the basis of these all components, it should be sustainable, ongoing, intensive, and modeling. must be connected to and derived from teachers who work there with their students. Student-teacher collaboration and collective work plays very vital role towards successful professional development plans. It must engage teachers and create to concrete tasks of teaching, assessment, observation, and reflection that illuminate the process of learning and development. Last but not least, successful professional development must be connected to other aspects of school change. It should play a role towards change agent in the school. Here is a design for planning. Five components that constitutes a design framework for planning is intents, substance, performance expectations, approach, and responsibility. So, comprised design for planning is comprised of all these five components. First, consider the following questions to bring a sense of coherence to the planning process. What are we trying to accomplish? What will teachers be able to know and do as a result of engaging in professional development? What aspects of good teaching will be the focus on our learning efforts? How can we assess our progress as learners? In what ways can our professional development activities and procedure be improved? How shall we proceed from here? Who will be responsible for what? So, in any of the planning, in any of the design, when uh, it is being planned, it's very necessary to address all these questions. These questions should be in mind of the planner. So, answers of these questions should be incorporated in the design. First, we discuss the first feature of the design, that is the intents. It is essential to be concerned with four levels of intent. तो इंटेंट के अंदर चार कंपोनेंट आते हैं, जिसमें पहला है नॉलेज लेवल. It should be clarified that I know it. Then is the comprehension level, I understand it. Then is the application level, I can do it. And value level, I will do it. Number two, substance. That is the second feature of design planning. Four critical factors in good teaching which can be improved through appropriate teacher growth and development, according to Louis Riemann. These are teacher's sense of purpose, teacher's perception of student, teacher's knowledge for subject matter, teacher's mastery of techniques. Note that a comprehensive staff development program is concerned with all four of the critical factors given above. Third feature of program designing is the performance expectations. It means one should have a know-how. I know how to teach and help students to learn. Talk to me. I can teach effectively and I am able to get students to learn. Observe me. I will teach effectively and I will meet other responsibilities all the time, even when no one is looking. Look at lesson plan, assignments, students' work, use walkthroughs. I will grow on the job. Observe me. Ask me to share ideas with the colleagues. Look for changes in my teaching practice. So these are the expectations through which one can enhance his or her performance. Self-employed professionals, doctors, accountants, and others are forced by competition and by visible product evaluation to give major attention to the will grow dimension. Teachers have not felt external pressure for continuing professional growth. High stakes testing and other performance expectations are bring more attention to this area. So strictly, these expectations are required to be kept in mind. The fourth feature towards designing a program is approach and responsibility. Traditional approaches and supervisory responsibility in serving teachers best when a problem can be defined as a deficit in knowledge of some kind, accompanied by clear objectives and conventional, well exhausted instructions. Teachers assume passive role and are exposed to logically structured programs and activities represent a minimum commitment to teachers' growth and development. Continued from the previous slide, informal approaches and teacher responsibilities. Previous one, the traditional approaches and supervisory responsibility. This is the informal approaches and teacher responsibility. It includes three components: exploration and discovery by teachers. It provides teachers with a rich environment for professional learning. Teachers are personally involved, work collaboratively with others, and have immediate consequences for classroom practice. The third shape of approach and responsibility is shared approaches and shared responsibility. This is comprised of the multi factors, that is low key, classroom focused, teacher oriented, and particularist. Teachers' capacities, needs, interests are paramount, but sufficient planning and structure is introduced to bridge the gap between these interests and school program and instruction needs. Teachers are actively involved in contributing data, informing or feeling, solving a problem, or conducting an analysis. Supervisors share in contributing and solving, conducting activities above as colleagues of the teachers. In colleagueship, supervisors and teachers work together as professional associates bound by common purpose and improvement of teaching and learning. जब कोलीगशिप होती है फिर इक्वलिटी होती है, लोग इक्वल होते हैं और इक्वल बेसिस पे काम करते हैं और एक दूसरे को सपोर्ट करते हैं और एक दूसरे को प्रोफेशनल एसोसिएट होते हैं. सुपरवाइजरी उस वक्त होती है जब एक जूनियर हो, नावल हो, दूसरा सीनियर हो, उसकी एक्सपर्टीज ज़्यादा हो. Staff development activities generally requires study on an actual situation or a real problem and use live data either from self-analysis or from observation of others. तो डेवलपमेंट एक्टिविटीज तो तभी सामने आएंगी ना जब किसी का पर्सनल डाटा या पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन में वो अपने शॉर्ट टर्म्स हाईलाइट करेंगे या उसके कोलीग्स उसको बताएंगे, ऑब्जर्वेशन उसके बारे में देंगे. तो फीडबैक इज प्रोवाइडेड बाय द सुपरवाइजर बाय द other teachers are as a result of joint analysis which permits teachers to compare observations with intents and beliefs and personal reactions of others. The emphasis on direct improvement of teaching and learning in the classroom. The last one component feature of program designing is the learning communities. So again, I would like to ask you, give your ideas and list on the paper what comes in your mind about the structure in your school that support learning communities. What must change in your school to support learning communities? To take away, ability is seen as an expendable repertoire of skills and habits. Professionals are defined as individuals who are continually learning rather than a people who already know. Their roles include both teacher and learner, master and apprentice, and these roles are continually shifting according to the context. ये स्टॉप नहीं होता, एक ऑनगोइंग प्रोसेस है। लर्निंग हमेशा होती है, इंसान के मरने के साथ ख़त्म होती है। तो जितनी भी किसी सीनियर मैनेजमेंट में सीनियर पोजीशन पे क्यों होगा, जितना उसका एक्सपीरियंस होगा, हाँ उसकी लर्निंग ज़्यादा हुई होगी, बट ये नहीं कि आगे लर्निंग के जो मौके ख़त्म हो गए हैं या सिचुएशंस ख़त्म हो गई हैं या अपॉर्चुनिटीज सील हो गई हैं। माइट भी कोई ऐसी सिचुएशन उसको फेस करनी पड़े जो उससे पहले कभी ना हुई हो। तो उस सिचुएशन से निकलने के लिए जो वो तरीकाकार अपनाएगा, वो उसके अपने प्रीवियस एक्सपीरियंस की बुनियाद पर होगा और अपने कोलीग्स की ऑब्जर्वेशंस की बुनियाद पर हो सकता है। इस तरह से वो टीम वर्क करके उसमें से निकल सकते हैं और अपने आप को एनहेंस कर सकते हैं। I think so. We have gone through in detail from professional development, renewal, responsibilities, characteristics, framework, expectations, intents. I would like to ask you to prepare this design for planning in detail. It's very useful to in your future. Moreover, successful professional development is also a very fruitful component of this lecture. You have to go through all these content with zeal and zest. It's very truly and very professionally written. Allah Hafiz.